Welcome in to Rocket League. Indiana State versus Valparaiso. Sycamores taking on the Beacons. I'm Seth Berquist, bringing you all of today's matchup. Former Rocket League player here at Indiana State. Valpo's a tough team. It's going to be tricky here for the Sycamores, and I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a fight. Last time these two teams played each other, it was really close. They brought it all the way to the 7th game in their 7-game series, and I'm very excited to get things started. One thing that the Sycamores today said that they were going to work on is just making sure all their touches are good. We want strong touches. Every touch has to mean something. You know, we're not just gonna clear the ball every time, and we got to make sure we have those good passes. Valpo's going to be able to poke and prod at all of those small little mistakes. So we're gonna make sure that we're doing our part, and it's a team sport, but very individual effort that is needed into it. So we're gonna take a quick break here, wherever you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. When we come back, it is game 1 between the Indiana State Sycamores and the Valparaiso Beacons. Welcome back, and we are getting kicked off here. Indiana State and Valparaiso. Valparaiso is going to be in orange. Indiana State going to be in blue, as it should be. And Cowboy Dan going to get things off here with a clear. Street Fair going to work some goalie here. B-Step flies through the ball. Street Fair able to get a small clear out of it. B-Step's going to try and make a pass. Nobody's there for him. Cowboy Dan able to pick it up at the half. He'll go for the flick, but Jank lets the ball roll back towards the net. Street Fair is able to pop it away. B-Step going to try and put one off the backboard. Unable to get there. Now Citrus Mario going to go for a little shot. It's going to hit the crossbar. And Cowboy Dan tries to get a 50 there. It will not go in his favor. Now B-Step all the way in the air. Lots of plays to be made here. Goes for the reset. Jank is able to battle with him. Cowboy Dan able to clear away on the back wall. Street Fair on the shot. Nobody's there. Mario, save out of nowhere. Now Street Fair. Bumps it over to B-Step. Now Jank off the back wall. And he'll try to double tap. It will not be successful. Now Mario's going to clear. It's wide open. Sycamore's taking the first goal. Mario went for the clear. Nobody was back on Valpo. Some positional challenge. We are off and running once more. 3:44 on the clock as the Sycamores take their first goal. Jank going to win the kickoff there. Mario's going to be able to clear it into the corner. Street Fair is going to try and make a play out of it. Dan goes for the clear through the corner. Now Mario up on the right wall. Can't make the pass. Street Fair is there in the corner. Now B-Step tries to get the clear, but it actually helps the ball towards the net. Cowboy Dan able to get the save. Now Street Fair going to go for another shot. We got two guys with no boost in the net. Cowboy Dan goes for the clear and is bumped. Cheetah Quick 9. Trying to get a pass off. Now Jank going for the pass. Mario stops the ball and Cowboy Dan gets the clear. He's got no boost, but he's going to try and make the play anyway. Citrus Mario with a wide open net. It's 2-0 Sycamores. That's what we like to see here. As Indiana State taking a 2-0 lead with under 3 minutes in game one. Now Cowboy Dan drops off the pass to Mario. Neither of them have boost. Might be a small overcommit here. B-Step going and put it off the pass. No teammate there with enough boost to back him up. Now Cowboy Dan going to try and do it himself. Now Mario on the half. Mario's in the corner, goes to drop it off. Cowboy Dan with a hard angled shot, and it's still successful. Now it's a 3-0 game. Cowboy Dan puts in one. And kickoff number 4 is underway. B-Step misses his clear, and Jank's going to go towards the net. Mario able to save on a tough save on the top half of the net. Now another shot goes up and over. B-Step going to go for the clear. Now Cowboy Dan goes for the clear. Shot is right over him. Good save by Mario. Jank in the corner, going to try and drop a pass off. It's off the back wall, goes for the double tap. Cowboy Dan is able to knock it away. Now Mario goes for the clear. It's well up on the ceiling. It's a perfect time kill with under 2 minutes here in the game one. Cowboy Dan, big clear. Now this is just a race against the clock for Valparaiso. And they're going to start here with Jank dropping off a pass. Now Street Fair is going to try and take a shot. It's well wide. Cowboy Dan should be able to clear here. Hits the boost and then clears the other direction. In the Valpo corner, Mario tries to drop a pass. It's going to get cleared away. Street Fair. Now B-Step in his own corner. Clears deep. Under a minute and a half now. Valpo needs a lot to catch up. Street Fair drops it off the backboard. Jank on the shot, and it goes over the defender. Valpo gets their first goal. It's 3-1 with 1:12 on the clock. Back underway. It's 3-1. What are the Sycamores going to do here? Cowboy Dan wins the kickoff. B-Step going for the flick. It's unsuccessful. Now Quick is going to try and get the shot off, and now Street Fair goes for it. And a good save. Jank is going to have an opportunity now. Nobody in the net. Poor communication from the Sycamores puts the game within 1 with 56 seconds on the clock. Mario tried to get that boost, wasn't able to get there quick enough. And 2 guys still up on the other half of the field. Now Jank. Ball is cleared away. It's towards the net. Cheetah Quick misses, and the ball creeps into the net ever so slowly. B-Step is going to get his goal, and it's back to a 2-goal game with 48 seconds. 4-2. Kickoff number 7. Cowboy Dan able to pull off. Now Street Fair versus Mario. Mario gets the clear over to the right wall. Now Jenk tries to drop up a pass. Tries to give it to Cheetah quick, but he was a little too quick. Cowboy Dan has a battle with Street Fair. 30 seconds remaining. It's a race against the clock. ISU just has to hold it. Cowboy Dan goes for the shot. 2 poor defenders on that one, but still unable to get it through. Jenk going for a clear. Mario playing some strong defense in this game. And the clear away from B-Step should lock it in here for the Sycamores as they take game 1 as the clock hits 0 and the ball drops. What a game 1. Sycamores obviously playing very strong offense. We saw those small little communication errors and those little positional errors that sometimes Indiana State makes, not very often, but what they were working on today, earlier, what I said, they were working on making sure every touch was perfect, and I think that's exactly what we saw here in this game 1. People are getting ready to go for game 2. We just got to get a couple people locked in. But a very strong game 1 from Indiana State. Only a few more for them, and they will go home victorious. And it looks like we are just about ready to go here. If you're just now tuning in, welcome. It is a 1-0 Sycamore series right now against the Valparaiso Beacons here in Rocket League. We've got 10 seconds on the clock here before we get started in game 2 here in Manfield, the go-to arena for all MVC Rocket League matches. And we are ready to go once more. ISU back in blue. And we are underway. Jenk going to try and put one into the corner, start a play out slow, and he is demoed. So ISU going to take their opportunity now as Cowboy Dan tries to get one into the other corner. He's going to have to make a pass off to his teammate. Cowboy Dan now clearing it away. Jenk tries to knock a pass in front of the net. Now Street Fair is going to have to put some work in. He pushes it into the corner. Cheetah Quick tried to knock it into the ISU zone, but the touch wasn't very good. Mario gets a shot off. It's just wide. Cowboy Dan going to get demoed, so he'll be in the backfield, luckily, to help out the Sycamores on this defensive push. Mario puts a pass over to B-Step, who's going to be able to slow things down for the Sycamores. He pushes it into the corner. He's got to get past Street Fair. And Street Fair will get the clear, and he's going to go head-to-head with Mario once more. Just as easy as before. He's playing solid defense. Cowboy Dan in his own corner doesn't have any boost. He's not going to be able to get the touch. But B-Step pushes it into the opposite corner. Cowboy Dan was with him. Passes a little too aggressive on the pinch, and now Valpo's moving quickly the other way in the corner. And big clear from Mario. Still in that corner. Gets able to get cleared away now as Cowboy Dan puts a shot off. He might be able to get a pass out of this opportunity. So we're moving real slow. He's got to get it through 2 defenders still. And Jenk is able to clear it away. But B-Step's going to be right there to contest. And now it's on the Sycamore wall. Mario gets a pass up to B-Step. A nice little shot there. Goes just wide and is in the Valpo corner still. Cowboy Dan might be able to get a pass out of this one. He passes it. Mario in front of the net. Tries to get the shot off, and a great save from Jenk. Now B-Step in front of the goal. Goes for the reset. Had to get it through 3 guys. He got it past the first. Was met by a wall of Beacons. Now Jenk. Poor defense there. Cowboy Dan might be able to get the pass off, but he's met by Street Fair in front of the net. Now B-Step is going to try and go for the pass. Jenk able to clear it away. Indiana State's rotation, very solid right now. Pass over to Mario. He'll put a nice pass up into the ceiling. It's going to be cleared away by Jenk, and now that's going to pop back in front of the net. Jank able to get there again. B-step and Cowboy Dan, some poor communication there. Now they got to make a play. Cowboy Dan goes for the shot. It's just wide. And Jank will be able to clear this one away decently easy. And a nice little fake there gets him past Mario. The flick is up, and a beautiful save by B-step. And another shot, and Jank will take goal 1 in game 2 of this series. Took a whole 3 minutes to get there, but we do finally have a goal. Second kickoff of the game is in favor of Cowboy Dan. Mario tries to drop off the pass. It does mess with Valpo a little bit. B-step is able to get the save on that one, and Mario just able to get there in time to clear it away. Now Mario will play some defense here as Street Fair's in the corner, tries to drop off the pass, and Cowboy Dan clears deep into the Valpo zone. And B-step will try and meet that ball out the halfway line. Ball still in front of the net. Valpo needs to clear. Mario tries to get a shot off. Beautiful pass play, but just off. And another clear there from Valpo. Cowboy Dan gets the clear there. Now Street Fair puts the shot wide. It's in the corner. Mario goes for the clear. B-step on the shot. No good. Over the net. Cowboy Dan for the rebound, and it's saved by Street Fair. B-step can try and flick it over his own net. Cowboy Dan should get the clear on this one. Jank tries to get a shot off. Now Cowboy Dan contested. It's on the right wall. B-step going coast to coast in the air. He's bumped. Jank able to get the clear. Jank leading the charge here for Valparaiso. As Cowboy Dan gets the clear for Indiana State. Should get the shot off here, and he'll tie the game with under 30 seconds to go. Makes the whole play himself without any boost at all. Able to drop the shot off. Street Fair gave him a little bit of help there. We are back and tied in this game 2. Sycamores up by 1 in the series. And Street Fair, unfortunately, right back in it. This B-step was not very strong on that clear. The ball stayed right in front of the net. Street Fair able to take the lead back. It's 20 seconds left to go. B-step is demoed on that kickoff. Now Citrus Mario tries to meet the ball at the half. It just floats over him. 10 seconds remaining in this game 2. Nobody in front of the net here. We might be able to get the shot off. And Cowboy Dan with 2 seconds ties it on the beautiful pass from Citrus Mario. No boost at all. Able to drop off a pass. I know he was trying for the shot, but it ended up being the most beautiful pass you could make. Cowboy Dan ties it up with his second goal of the game. 2 seconds and 1. Clock hits 0. Ball drops. We're in overtime already here in game 2. Cowboy Dan tries to put a flick up. It's not good. Jank dumps it into the corner. Mario on the clear. B-step able to clear it out of his own corner. Street Fair is going to be contested here. Now Cowboy Dan at the half. Flicks away. Bumped by B-step. Now Street Fair. Cowboy Dan pops it up. Could have been a pass. It's bumped away. Now B-step going to try and drop a shot off. Will stay in the Valparaiso corner. And B-step will try and do a little more action here as Cowboy Dan tries for the shot. And it's cleared away. Another clear there from the Sycamores. Not a lot of boost here for the Sycamores. They need to get some movement. Nice little clear here would help. B-step able to slow plays down a little bit here. Mario now popping it up. Could be a good pass. Jank able to clear it away high, but Cowboy Dan should still be there to push. No boost. B-step unable to stop the clear. And now it's back in the direction of the Beacons as they try and make a play here in overtime. Good 50 there from Mario in the backfield. Cowboy Dan going to set up a play here as he picks up a full pad. Mario going to cut the ball off at the half line. B-step for another 50. Sycamore's moving with momentum. Shot is off, and Cowboy Dan scores the hat trick and takes game 2 for the Sycamores. And with that, the Sycamores take a 2-0 lead here in the series. Before we go to game 3, we will take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Sycamore Rocket League here on Twitch and YouTube. Back at it here in Manfield. The Sycamores only need one more win to secure the series win against Valparaiso. Seth Berquist bringing you all the action here wherever you're watching the stream. Indiana State up 2-0 in the series. It's a best of 5, and we are off and moving. Jank trying to start the momentum for Valpo as they get things moving. Citrus Mario going to be able to take the ball after that rough shot from Jank. Now we're going to have a bit of a reset here as Cowboy Dan slows the play down a little bit. But Jank going to try and start some momentum. Poor aerials there, and Street Fair will take the ball at half, and now Mario going to keep the clears alive. B-step, moving the ball around. Now Jank for Valpo against Mario. Mario able to get the save. And Cowboy Dan on the right wall. B-step, resetting things for the Sycamores. Be able to carry this one a pretty decent ways. He's able to flip reset into the corner. And now Mario in the Valpo corners, pushed away by Street Fair, but now Cowboy Dan just off the mark on his shot. Ball sits way up on the ceiling at half, pushed by B-step. Able to bump Jank so Cowboy Dan can get the pass off, and Mario will tap it in. 3:45 on the clock. The Sycamores can lock in their win in the 3-0 sweep right now. Game is off and moving once more. Cowboy Dan, perfect kickoff. He'll try and get the pass off. Unable to touch it, and B-step will reset things for the Sycamores as it rolls all the way into the zone corner. Met by Jank up on the wall, who's clearly the Valpo's last hope. And a good demo there as B-step is able to tap that one in. Got the only defender to slip up. And B-step able to tap that one in. Good demo from Cowboy Dan. That's good game awareness right there. Now in this 2-0 game, the Sycamores just have to hold on for 3.5 more minutes. As Jank will have to carry this one out of his own corner, but Cowboy Dan will be able to drop off another pass, and B-step pushes it into the corner. B-step off the back wall. Citrus Mario up into the corner, just off the mark on a very tough shot. Mario puts it off the crossbar. B-Step tries for the rebound, and it's still off the mark. Cowboy Dan, wide open rebound, no defenders there. It's 3-0. And we are back at it. Kickoff goes to the half mark. Cowboy Dan going up for the aerial 50, just touched by Cheetah Quick. Now B-Step tries to put one over the net on the pass. It was blocked by Jank. Cowboy Dan is able to keep it in the Valpo zone. And Cheetah Quick goes for the clear, and Mario is able to cut it off at half. Jank will take possession from his own side. Cowboy Dan pops it up. Might be able to pick a pass play out of this. They need their third man. Citrus Mario on the wall. Tries to drop off a pass for Cowboy Dan. And it's cleared away by Street Fair. Now B-Step at the half. Slows the ball down a little bit. Cheetah Quick trying to move the ball. Citrus Mario, good defense. Now the rebound from Cheetah Quick is good. It's a 3-1 game. Just under 2 minutes. And another kickoff here is in the direction of the Sycamores as Cheetah Quick picks that one up. Citrus Mario pushes it into the corner. Now Cowboy Dan tries to put up a pass through the ceiling. Street Fair able to pick it up in front of his own net. Now another pass out in front. Nobody's going to be able to pick it up. Citrus Mario bumps a couple defenders, hoping a teammate could be there for the shot. The ball is able to roll into the Sycamore end. Cowboy Dan puts up a pass. Now Jank going for a shot. No good. Fantastic save by Cowboy Dan. He tries to slow things down a little bit. Street Fair able to put up a shot. B-Step just over the ball on the save. It's no good. And it's a 3-2 game now. 64 seconds on the clock. Valpo still needs one more to tie to keep this series alive. Cowboy Dan gonna try some fancy aerials here. Keeping the ball in the air. B-Step trying to get the shot off. It's no good. Street Fair kicks it into the corner. Now Cheetah Quick. Jank up in the air. Street Fair trying to go for the pass. It's in the Sycamore corner. B-Step drops it off for Cowboy Dan. He's unable to get it. He's 50 by Jank. It's back into the Sycamore corner. Sycamores are able to clear. B-Step going to be able to follow it. It's all the way onto the Valpo end now. 20 seconds on the clock. Valpo still needs one to tie. The Sycamores could sweep the series right here if they just hold on for 10 more seconds. Pass is dropped off. Jank unable to score. Beautiful save by Cowboy Dan. Shot is off. Citrus Mario locks it in for the Sycamores. It's going to be a 3-0 to sweep. Sycamores 4-2 to lead in Game 3. 2 seconds left on the clock. 2 seconds and 1. Ball goes towards the Sycamore net. Clock hits 0. Ball drops, and that is the series. What a beautiful series from Indiana State. They knew what the task was coming in. They knew Valpo was going to poke and prod at all the tiny little mistakes, and they were able to keep the game very, very clean. Aside from some small miscommunications, the Sycamores played perfectly to 3-0 sweep the Valparaiso Beacons here in Week 2 of the Rocket League season. Thank you for tuning in. A nice fast one today as the Sycamores are able to sweep 3-0 against the Valparaiso Beacons. My name has been Seth Berquist. Tune in next time as the Rocket League team continues